All right, let's just dive right into one of the most famously mind-bending concepts out there, the fourth dimension. Now, I know that sounds complicated, but I promise by the end of this, it's going to feel surprisingly simple. Really.
So to get our heads around this, I need you to use your imagination with me for just a minute. We're going to build our reality from the absolute basics, step by step.
Okay, so picture this. You're standing in a room. Could be your office, your bedroom, wherever you are right now. Just a normal, everyday, three-dimensional space. Now, in that room, how can you move? Well, it's pretty simple, right? You can go left and right, you can go forward and backward, and of course, you can jump up and down. That's it. Those are the three dimensions of space that define our entire physical world. But wait a second. If that was the whole story, you'd just be a statue, totally frozen in that room, forever. There's something absolutely crucial about your experience that we haven't talked about yet. Something's missing. What could it be?
So, to find that missing piece, let's build what you might call a ladder of dimensions. We're going to start at the very, very bottom and climb our way up, seeing how each new dimension, well, it adds a whole new layer to reality.
All right, first up, let's imagine the absolute simplest reality you can think of. Rung number 1.
Okay, so imagine some little being that lives only on a single infinite line. Its entire universe is just that line. It's got length, sure, but absolutely no width and no height. So, for this little one-dimensional guy, life is, well, pretty basic. The only thing I can do is move forward on the line or backward. That's its entire existence. That's it.
Okay, let's climb up to the next rung on our ladder and see what happens. Here we go. Rung number 2.
Now, suddenly, we're in a flat world. Think of a character drawn on a piece of paper. This being has length and width. Like the world of an old-school video game. Think Pac-Man. That's a perfect two-dimensional universe.
So this 2D being, it can move left, right, forward, and backward. It's got this whole flat surface to explore. But the idea of up, it would be totally meaningless. It's not just that it can't go up. The very concept doesn't exist in its reality.
And that, of course, brings us to the third rung on the ladder, which is where things should start to feel very, very familiar.
Yep, this is us. We are three-dimensional beings. We've got length, we've got width, and we've got that all-important third dimension, height. We can move around freely in 3D space.
Okay, so we've got our three dimensions of space, right? Left, right, forward, back, up, down. But let's circle all the way back to that first question. What was missing in that room? Well, we're about to find out. It's time to reveal the answer.
That missing dimension, that other direction you are always moving in, is time. It's the one dimension we're all traveling through every single second, whether we want to or not.
And this is exactly why physicists don't talk about a 3D universe. They talk about a 4D universe. Our reality is made up of three dimensions of space, the ones we can move around in, and that one single dimension of time, which we are all forced to travel through together.
This whole four-dimensional thing, it actually has a name. It's called spacetime. And it's the real fabric of our universe. Think of it like a woven blanket where space and time are the threads. You can't separate them. They are completely and totally linked together.
A really good way to think about this is the movie-film analogy. So imagine the entire universe is like a giant reel of film. Each individual frame on that film, that's a perfect, frozen, 3D snapshot of everything in the universe at one single moment. Now, when you play those frames one after another, what do you get? You get the flow of time. But here's the kicker. You're stuck in the movie theater. You can't rewind it, and you definitely can't skip ahead. You can only move forward one frame at a time.
And that right there shows you the fundamental difference between space and time. In space, you've got freedom. You can walk forward, stop, turn around, go back the way you came, no problem. But in time, there is absolutely no turning back. It is a one-way street, and we're all moving forward at the exact same speed, 1 second per second.
But wait, just when you think you've got it all figured out, the story gets even weirder. Because then a guy named Albert Einstein comes along and throws a massive, mind-bending twist into how we understand this fourth dimension.
See, for hundreds of years, everyone just assumed time was like a giant universal clock, ticking at the same pace for everyone, everywhere. But Einstein showed that's just not true. His big idea was that time isn't absolute. It's relative.
So how on earth does that work? Well, this isn't just a crazy theory. It's been proven again and again with super accurate atomic clocks. It turns out time literally slows down in two situations.
First, when you're near something with a ton of gravity, like a planet or especially a black hole, it actually stretches and warps time itself. And second, time slows down the faster you move through space. This is a real thing. It's so real that the engineers who design our GPS satellites have to account for it every single day, or your phone's map would be off by miles.
Okay, I know that was a lot to take in. We went from a simple line all the way to Einstein's warped reality. But let's bring this all back home. What does any of this cosmic stuff actually mean for you, sitting here right now?
Look, if there's one thing you remember from all of this, let it be this. The fourth dimension isn't some strange sci-fi portal you can just jump into. It's way, way more personal and immediate than that. It is the direction you are already traveling in every single moment of your life. In fact, you're traveling through it right now.